G'day ladies and gentlemen, it is Duckville here. We've got a Terran versus Terran today. It is on Akalon Waste, a ladder match between these two players. One of the players down at the bottom right hand side has been doing a wonderful job on ladder. Not only that, but also in WCS as well. I believe he did really well. I can't remember to be exact, but either way, we all know him. Currently playing for CMStorm. It is Polt, formerly of Team Prime, and he's moved across to NA, which is why our opposing Terran player up at the top left-hand side was asking why he normally plays on NA. This is from the EU ladder, I guess, if you're wondering. It is duggi. We'll go with duggi, because I think that sounds a little bit more interesting. Duggi up here, Masters player coming up against Polt, which is, something that is a little bit scary to behold. Polt has been, like, really highly ranked on the NA ladder. I believe he was #1 for quite a while there. Had a ridiculous win ratio. I think he was up by like 3-1 at one point with all of his games. There you go. And he's just been doing an excellent job. Is a fantastic guy. Has really good English as well for a Korean player who's been studying for quite a while just dominating the scene. Not necessarily winning all the GSLs and all these kind of things, but he did win the Super Tournament quite a while back. And, other than that, he's been just a very solid player. It's not like someone you would expect to just suddenly go on a slump and disappear like certain other players. But he has certainly arisen when he's moved across to NA. And now, as you can see, he's going to be picking up his gas reasonably early. Looks like we will get a Reaper coming out of Polt. For his opponent, duggi is going to also be getting possibly a Reaper by the looks of it. That earlier gas does signal that it is likely to be at least one Reaper. There is still the possibility that you can throw down a factory behind all of this and go up towards a little bit of a faster tech. There is still the possibility of, like proxy factories, proxy stargates, these kinds of things, but they really rarely occur in TvT. Not to say that they're just never around anymore, but quite like fast expansions in TvT, like whether it be a CC first or a 1 Rax and then a CC, it's very rare to see people go for these sorts of plays. So looks like Polt is going to try and just scout in. He wants to see what units are there, finds a Marine, wants to see what the second unit is, does see it. Alright, it's the second Marine there, so it's not going to be any Reapers coming out that he'll have to deal with, but as you can see, Polt is going to react to this. He's got that second barracks now starting up. This is part of the reason why you rarely ever see people go for quick expansions as a Terran these days in TvT. It's just because these Reapers are incredibly powerful in the right hands, and looks like duggi is actually a little bit prepared for that there. He does pick off one of, or quite a lot of the health of that Reaper there, but Polt will see that the factory is available. The second gas is also here. He's going to have a quick look inside. I think he had a quick look. He clicked on the gas there, but well, the Reaper does fall down. The third Marine now finally pops out for duggi, and he does clean up the Reaper before he's able to get out of danger. But 2 Reapers at a time now coming across from Polt, and we'll see what damage he's able to get done. He does have a command center going down behind this, so he's probably going to keep up this harassment. Doesn't want to lose any of these Reapers because he wants to be able to just continually keep his opponent back in his base. You don't want these Marines wandering their way across the map because they could get in here and get a lot of damage done. But Polt, with a good amount of micro, should be able to keep these Reapers alive, and he should be quite fine. But duggi has gone for what looks to be a cloaked Banshee play. We can tell that it's cloaked just because of the double gas that went down quite a lot earlier. We can see that extra little bit of gas now building up, and after a little bit more gas has come through, he's going to get started on 1 Banshee. You can get 2 Banshees out by the time cloak completes. This is a very old school build here from duggi. It's not something you see quite a lot these days anymore, just because of the harassment potential of Reapers. They can sometimes get a little bit more damage done than a cloaked Banshee can, but if you're able to catch your opponent off guard, then sometimes you may be able to get some of your own damage done. But Polt, he's got 2 command centers now, just about to finish up that second one there, getting started on the orbital command as soon as he can, and he's going to have a starport up and running very soon. He will have a Widowmine as well, and we'll see if the Widowmine can be placed correctly to deflect the first Banshee that comes along. I'm not sure If he's going to be ready for the cloak, though, we can see that Polt does throw down a scan. He wants to check what's going on. Doesn't see the Stargate there. So he's seen that the factory has moved. He can see that, you know, it was here. Now it's here. So there is a very high chance that a starport has actually flicked over and jumped on whatever add-on was there. So he should be ready to throw down a couple of turrets at a moment's notice. Yeah, there is the E-base, so we'll probably see him put down a turret inside the main. There is number one. There is also another one down at the natural as well. And the first Banshee from duggi is about to make its way in. Cloak is now finished. He sees the bunker at the front. Will float through to the natural. Sees that there is a turret building there. If he can take out the turret pretty quickly, but no, not in time. He actually targeted down one of the other SCVs, but he does escape for a moment. But there is a Viking now ready for Polt, and duggi actually flies into range of the turret. So Polt, well, he's really controlled the start of this game for the time being. Second Banshee now going to make its way across. We'll see. Yeah, he is going to pick up a medevac now, and it looks like we may have a push coming along from duggi. He's built up so many Marines. We've got these tanks now coming out. There is a second Rax at the back as well, so it looks like it is just going to be a one-base push here from duggi. He's going to rely on the Banshees perhaps getting a little bit more damage done. Cloak activates as it floats into range of this turret. Takes down the turret with... Are you serious? That turret is basically done. But it looks like Polt is going to be able to take the Banshee down. Does he? Yes, he does. Alright, so that is 2 Banshees down for virtually no damage. As we can see, just the 4 workers killed. Not a huge tally right now, but Polt is going to have a very big push approaching, and it looks like, is he ready for this? I don't think he has seen what's coming, but the SCVs have been pulled, or at least some of them have been pulled, and Polt is going to scout around. He sees that there is no command center down here at the natural, and there you go. With some excellent scouting, he's able to see that the big push is on the way. So how is he going to react to this? There is not enough at the front just as of yet. He doesn't have his own tank out just at the moment, and putting down 2 bunkers, unlike the position of these bunkers here, you can basically guarantee that this bunker is going to come under a lot of siege tank fire, and if you've got these extra ones just down behind it, then you can keep a little bit of you know, a little bit more presence out on the map here. So Polt tries to go on the offensive, tries to force the tanks to siege up a little bit in a position where they would not want to, but this medevac is key here. If Polt can get rid of the medevac, then he will be able to slow down this push, because that means no high ground vision. But now with a Banshee added into the mix, Polt is going to certainly have his work cut out for him right now. The Banshee almost getting taken down by the Viking. In fact, does it? One more shot. Nope, doesn't actually get the Banshee there. So duggi is, well, he's in a little bit of trouble right now. He has lost that medevac there, which helps out with the high ground vision, but the Banshee is now pushing across, getting the high ground vision for those tanks. But Polt finally has his own tank out at the front here and has kept this bunker alive. I am very, very surprised that this bunker has stayed up, but it is high ground, and duggi is having a lot of trouble trying to keep his high ground vision here. We can see as soon as that scan dissipates, there is no more high vision there for duggi. But now with Polt ready at the front with a Banshee, sorry, he had a Viking here, and Banshee cloaks in, but unfortunately gets sniped off straight away by Polt. So I think Polt, with his economy, despite losing some of his SCVs here, he's still on 37 SCVs to the 23 of duggi, and with the last Banshee now about to die, is it going to? Yes, it is, and that may actually just signal the end of this push here with no more high ground vision. Very, very impressive. GG, well played. So duggi goes for a one base, a strong push against an opponent who goes very greedy, but Polt, well prepared with some good scouting from the Reapers that he pushed across the map and was able to see what's going on. Took down the high ground vision of that medevac and a couple of Banshees that were there as well, and that ends the game. So really, really good defense there from Polt against the Cloak Banshees, and then that push. Hope you all enjoyed that match. I'll catch you all next time. Being added in for extra tankiness on those ultras here. They're going to be really, really shaping up to be big units here in this late game stage here. The big question will be, will it be enough damage to deal with all of these Immortals? We've got 3 Immortals coming out.